raise under the gun, calls, not really worth playing my hand there, especially not those cards. Hopefully we'll get a hand soon, and I'll get involved in the action. There's plenty of time. We've just sat round 12, 13 hands. We've lost $1. You know, we won the blind once. There's really no rush in cash games. Just get a feel for the table, see who's doing the raising, who's folding, who's stealing, what sort of hands people are playing with. Fair idea. There's an under the gun raise there. I mean, that to me says aces, or kings, or a big ace. Given that he's just bet hard on that flop, it's a bit of a strange bet that's the ace, but pretty non-scary flop, you know. He'd been better off just calling there. It's done the job anyway. He may have had a pair of kings, you know, and just been trying to scare away an ace or something, you know. So he had a set of nines or something like that he could do that with. King suited, it's the best hand in the world. We've got one limper, and you know, often people limp just to see a flop with maybe a drawing hand or a small pair. So being king suited, certainly good enough for a raise here. 4 to get through. Got one call. This guy's probably on a little bit of tilt at the moment after that last hand. Don't think he'll be too pleased. He's reloaded chips. Just to be careful here, see what he does. I think top pair, certainly got to follow through here. A flush draw out there, so we've got to be careful. So we'll bet around about sort of 60% of the pot, maybe just a little bit more. 425. Just basically trying to take it down here and now. The flush draw out there. He missed. He's pretty much got to fold. Limper fold. You know, they say limpers are coming in with low pairs, drawing hands. Don't hit them. They'll fold on the flop. So it's certainly worth a bet there. Probably, I would never really limp with king queen. Under the gun, early position. You know, it's just a throwaway. So many hands behind you that can be dominating you, and you just get yourself into so much trouble. Sort of a middle late position there. Certainly worth a pop. Flop was nice anyway. Check round there, get a half the pot. A call, we're certainly not scared of a flush draw with that bet. Ace 4. We're going to draw to this straight, yeah, I mean you're not scared of me much with that bet, especially with this stack. It's one thing to bear in mind at cash games, people that have a stack in front of them, they've either been really lucky or they really know how to play the game. Or they've got a few good hands. I mean, it's hard to tell sometimes, but if you always see the same players, decent stacks, you know they've done something right at least. You can't get lucky all the time, so just be wary of them. You know, they're probably drawing to hands, just like there. You know, he was getting 3 to 1 to see another card. Figured if he hit his card, he would get something for it, and you know, hey presto, he did. It happens sometimes. Again, he's checking out just a battle with the blinds here. I mean, really, they could have anything. What's he checked that time? I don't think anyone's got anything here. Certainly if I was him, I probably would have taken a stab at that in the end there. Chances of someone hitting the flop are, you know, not that great every time. Worth a go. I think maybe what I'll try and do for my next video is play 2 tables at the same time. Just gets you a bit more action. You know, you're going to get to see a lot more hands, a lot more to talk about. It's quite slow at the moment. Not many hands getting played. Not a lot lot of interesting hands happening at the table either. I mean, this mini raise, yeah, just don't get that at all. If you go to raise, you know, sticking 3 times, 4 times, I actually found in cash, at this limit anyway, but 3 times it just wasn't getting people away. You know, I was raising it 3 times with aces, and I would get 4, sometimes 5 callers. It was just dreadful. I know that sounds good, you know, all that money in the pot with a pair of aces, but believe me, you know, you have aces, you want to narrow the field down to 1, 2 at the most. Just so many hands that can hit, that can beat aces. If you get 5 callers, you need an ace to hit really to win the hand. Even then, you're not guaranteed. You know, someone could hit a straight draw or flush draw or something like that. So many hands can beat you. 5-6 suited in the big blind. It's not a bad hand. Certainly check it if it comes round to us. I mean, get a raise for one of these two. You know, could certainly call that. Chances are I've not got too much. Not got the call a raise from there though. So you know, we're just going to let this one go and back that out. I just noted there he limped and folded to a raise. That's something just to be aware of at the table. I tend not to make notes on these types of things because I've found that people play differently each time. You know, it just depends on their mood sometimes. If he does it a lot, I'll probably make a note that he often folds to a raise when he limps. But certainly his under the gun limps, I just totally disregard early position limps. Just disregarded. He's doing that with, you know, pretty weak hands. It's also something to bear in mind if you're under the gun. To go back to the hand where I had 8-9 suited, I think it was. I could have limped there. Then what happens if someone around here raises? The next time that I have a hand under the gun, they're not going to give me any respect. Maybe what I want, but I just feel so early on when you first sit down at a table, I feel that people are actually watching you more. So I just like to be aware of that and be quite careful with what I do early on and try and give off the right image that I want to give. Tend to sit very tight for a while, the odd raise here and there. Obviously if I get hands, I have to play them. Just don't see the point in getting involved early. It just makes people think you're loose and then they'll call you with anything, when you know maybe you don't want them to call. Like here, if this guy folds, I'm just going to put in a raise there. It's not worth it now. I really think there's very few hands in cash that I'll call a raise with pre-flop. Depends how many raises, and sometimes you get value. 4 or 5 people have called a raise, and then hands like 9, 10, it's well worth, you know, flicking it in for. You could pick up a monster, pick up a massive draw or a great flop. You know, it's certainly worth it.